Hello, Winter Warriors. I am your host, Haley Shanley, and you're listening to the GPSV podcast. When in doubt, throttle it out. Hey there, Winter Warriors. It's Haley Shanley, co-host of the GPSV podcast. Joining me today from Chicago, Illinois is Gunnar Sterne. He's a professional ice oval snowmobile athlete with over 23 years of racing experience. You know him as the two-time Grand Prix Scuderie de Valcourt champion. He's also the three-time Canadian Nationals champion and three-time ProStart Cup champion. Let's welcome Gunnar Sterne. So what's up, Gunnar? What have you been up to?
A lot of downtime this year because of the COVID stuff, so we haven't been racing as much. But we've just been working in the garage as much as possible and getting some time to enjoy a little bit of the off time and doing some trail riding. I've been working on the trail set a little bit tonight, so hopefully go out this weekend and just kind of mess around a little bit before we go back racing next weekend.
Awesome. So what exactly does the schedule look like? Obviously no stops in Canada this year, but to my understanding, you were out at Eagle River just a few weeks ago.
Right. So Eagle River was our first race, which is weird because it's usually like, 3 or 4 races in. So that was definitely a different feeling, just heading into Eagle River, the first, as a season opener, especially because, that first race up in Beaujeu, that usually is more of a test weekend. And then we didn't get as much test time as we wanted to because of ice conditions at Eagle River. So it was definitely challenging trying to get the sled set up for, a full weekend of racing, and an important one to bet. We always want to do well there. So overall, I think the weekend turned out pretty decent. I always want to come away with the win there on Sunday. I still yet to do that. But we did get a win on Friday Night Thunder under the new 1v1 Woody's Challenge, which was pretty cool. So winning that for the first time that they had that there, that was definitely exciting. I liked going through that whole racing, and it was definitely different, a lot of fun. So going the season, it's been different. Just a lot of the off time. We're kind of used to like the back to back, racing every single weekend, not having a weekend off. And this we're kind of just it's just been a weird feeling, So it's something I'm not really used to. I kind of would rather just be racing every weekend, honestly.
Definitely. It's such a weird rhythm, to take all these weekends off, start late, you name it. So with that being said, just being a whole different year, what's the ultimate goal this year? Obviously to win, but just with a different schedule, different flow of things, are you focused on a particular area this year, on improving anything in particular?
Yeah, I think this year, like you said, we always want to win. That was one of my main goals, was to get a world championship. We came a little short there. But, usually at the beginning of the season, I always have a goal of winning there at Eagle River, winning at Valcourt. That's always a big one for us. And then winning at Wausau, which we did do this year. So we won there for the 4th year in a row, which is a big accomplishment. Nobody's ever done that. And winning it up in Beaujeu. So those are kind of the big 4 races for me that I usually like to win there on Sunday. That's usually the bigger races on Sunday. But like you said, it's a little bit different. So we did spend a little bit more time just kind of figuring stuff out, especially with getting used to the new class change that we still are trying to get stuff figured out on the sled and the motor package coming from last year being the first year. So kind of still messing with stuff like that, trying to make our sleds faster. And I'm always trying to make it handle better, especially at Eagle River. It kind of seems like that's a little bit of a place I can get better at. For sure. So it's nice getting to go back there next weekend. Definitely we'll be spending some time trying to figure stuff out to hopefully get better there and come away with a win so we can, be prepared for next year for the World Championship.
Most definitely. And something that's also coming back next year is GPSV. It is so disheartening to see it have to be canceled this year. But what do you love about going up to Valcourt, and what are you most looking forward to about being back there next year?
Valcourt's like my ultimate favorite race that I've ever been to. It has like everything to me. I love going there. The people there are awesome. Being home of Skidoo right down the road and being a Skidoo racer, it's awesome getting to go there and represent them on their home track. And it's the track is it's a tricky track. It's, it has two different corners. It's fast. It gets rough on Sunday. It has a little bit of everything, and coming back there, it sucks not getting to go up there this year. For them having to cancel the whole oval program kind of sucks. And it's we definitely miss going up to Canada. I love spending our time up there. But hopefully there's big things for next year for the here's the 40th anniversary. So that'll be cool to hopefully put my name on the trophy again there for the third time. That'll be pretty special to be on that for the 40th. It's just every time I go to there, it just seems like there's so much history with not just only Skidoo racers, but it's just a lot of oval racing. It's kind of like in my eyes, it's like a mini Eagle River, but in some aspects, it's a lot better. So I think it's starting to get its own name to compete with a lot of these other big races.
Most definitely. And they get the crowd. And that's what blows me away is it's this track in the middle of nowhere, but these people come in droves and they're willing to just withstand the cold and the snow like we had last year. So no one ever accused them of not being passionate race fans.
For sure.
Well, you have actually been featured on the Winter Warrior Capsule series by GPSV. I had a chance to take a look at that. It's awesome. But for those listening, tell us, what is the Winter Warrior Capsule series and what was it like to be part of that filming process?
Yeah, I literally just watched the first episode on myself like a couple minutes before this. He just put it out. So that was definitely really cool to see the final product. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to come out. You guys, they made us look pretty cool, and they made myself look pretty accurate to who I am. Seemed like watching myself, I come off as a pretty serious guy and pretty serious when it comes to competition, which is pretty true. When it comes to racing, I like to take the time of the track seriously, make sure that we do well. But it was fun getting to work with. I've done a couple of those, those episodes where they make like a mini series, and this one was different. Just the language barrier, getting to speak with somebody that is trying to make a production in French and English. So it was a little bit different in that aspect, but it was fun. They did a very good job of, showing off who we are as a team, and just getting a little bit of a sneak peek to, what the ice oval sport is all about. And I thought it was, can't wait for the second episode to come out tomorrow and see, it kind of like left you hanging there in the middle of the episode today to see how well we did there. Yeah, on the weekend. I mean, obviously I know how well we did, but for the viewers, it's kind of leaves you hanging to kind of watch that. I'm excited to see that tomorrow.
Yes, they're super, super cool. So to you, those of you listening in and watching into this episode, be sure to check that out. It's located on the GPSV Facebook as well as YouTube page. And I believe we also did one with Yannick Boucher. So some cool behind the scenes content. But shifting gears, well, not totally shifting gears because obviously racing related here, but I want to know about your podcast that you started up in the last few months here, within the last year. How's that been going?
It's been going good. We're still in the first stages of it. We're 3 episodes in, so it's been hard for myself. I don't really see myself as much of a talker, although I think I'm getting better at it. It's been fun. I've been doing it with my fiance, and she's been a big support of just kind of filling in and bringing up different aspects of stuff that I might think about. But I kind of brought up the idea last spring, to think about, what else I could do to kind of reach out to our fans a little bit better and more of like on an in-depth level, not just, kind of gloss over with, Instagram posts or Facebook posts, but actually talk about stuff that's really meaningful in the sport and, and stuff that people want to talk about and debate and, fight a little bit if you want to, or it's kind of like an all encompassing podcast that we talk about all things that go into the sport of ice oval racing, which it has a huge fan base from, years back, has a lot of history, and there's a lot of people that still, touch base with the sport, although they might not be fully involved still. They still love the sport and they still touch base. So I'm just kind of bringing, my aspect, my views into what I think the sport is lacking, what is good about the sport, what I know, what I kind of see from my perspective as a racer and a race team. So it's been fun. Hopefully to get more guests on in the coming episodes. We had our first guest last weekend, which was DJ Wanderscheid, which if you don't know he's like, in the past 20 years, he's been like one of the best guys at race. So it was pretty cool getting to talk to him, someone that I looked up to when I was just starting out racing. And, I got to race against him a couple times towards the end of his career. So that was fun getting to talk to him. And it's just been fun trying to, jump into meaningful topics that we can discuss and, have other people. I'm always open to other people's opinions and just trying to get a better product out of, our sport that we all love and to kind of see it go in a good direction.
Definitely. It's so cool you're doing that because so many times in racing, the viewers get what they see on the live stream or in person, but to have that raw discussion, the opinions, the side of it, like that's what keeps people entertained. There's so much more depth than what goes on track too. So props to you. I'm eager to take a listen to the next episode, but very, very cool stuff. Well, you mentioned your fiance is helping you out with it. I know you got engaged in the last year. How's the wedding planning going?
It's probably should be going better. Just racing's been getting in the way a little bit. She's kind of on my butt to get stuff done and been lacking on that part. But hopefully it's once the season wraps up next weekend, I'll be going full into a wedding planning mode and we'll have a good wedding. It'll actually be in Eagle River, Wisconsin. So it'll be somewhere we are pretty familiar with and it'll be hopefully a lot of fun. So.
Nice. Are you guys gonna do a wedding mid-race season, did you say, or is it gonna be off season?
No, it's gonna be this spring. So it'll be in May, end of May. So it'll be nice out, summertime. I can't handle too much cold in my life. I don't want to get married in the cold.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, cool. Well, I appreciate you joining us today here for the GPSV podcast. It's a bummer that we're not going to be seeing you in Valcourt this year, but I hope the rest of your season goes well in the States. I hope you enjoyed that chat with Gunnar Sterne. Always great catching up with him. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe GPSV to never miss an episode. Thanks for watching.